The wind carried me home through shadows and frost, over the mountain's edge and Midgard's scarred earth. I left blood in the snow, names in the wind. The feathers burned when I hit the ground. Now I stand here on God's ground again. Fires burn quietly in the great hall. Folkvangr breathes like an old memory, like a song I knew before I existed. I am your daughter, but not as before. Mother, do you see what I carry now? Home in folkvangr, under eternal sky, where my ground recognizes every step I take. Home in folkvangr, but my heart remembers the storm, the snow, and the hand that carried me. Home in folkvangr, between fire and stillness. Am I more than the girl you once hid? Hold the light. I see your gaze at the fire's edge, Freya, mother, with golden shadow around your hand. You have heard whispers about my fall, about how a man carried me through the night's ice. You ask with your eyes before the words come, what did he do to you, my child? I answer quietly, but the voice breaks through. He took nothing, he left me intact. He did not hold a goddess prey, he held only something he did not want to lose. Lost in shadow, home in folkvangr, where the fire watches, where shadows listen when I say his name. Home in folkvangr, but I carry more, an earthly warmth amid God's light. Home in folkvangr, between you and him, I walk a path no Eve has grown used to. Dare to remain. Home in folkvangr, under eternal sky, where my ground recognizes every step I take. Home in folkvangr, but my heart remembers the storm, the snow, and the hand that carried me. Home in folkvangr, between fire and stillness. Am I more than the girl you once hid? Breathe free. The hall's pillars look down on me, as if they remember when I was a child. I ran here before I could ride, before I knew what battle meant. Now I return with blood on my hands, with Midgard in my gaze and storm in my chest. I am no longer just your daughter, mother. I am the one who fell and rose again. You cannot protect me from everything, not after I have seen what I have seen. Chosen path. Home in folkvangr, where Valkyries whisper, where my name goes around like a new kind of prayer. Home in folkvangr, but I hear them speak about the man who carried me, about the God's child. Home in folkvangr, I stand in the middle with your hand in mine, and 'tis in my memory. Mother, I know But when I lay in the snow and the light died, it was not gods who came, it was him with ragged armor. He who thought he only carried a corpse. He did not pray for power, no honor, no name. He prayed only that I would breathe again. So when I now walk through your halls with feathers mended but scars remaining, I want you to see all of me, not just the child you lost for a moment. I am Valkyrie, godchild storm, but also the one who chose to live in his embrace. If you love me, love this too, then my heart stretches in two directions. I am not divided, I am destroyed more than any of us planned. Home in folkvangr, where the sun never dies, I stand as more than shadow in your hall. Home in folkvangr, up the ground beneath me bears the echo of his steps beside mine. Home in folkvangr, between heaven and earth, am I the bridge you never asked for but still got when night falls over God's realms and the fire sinks to a quiet glow. I hear your steps approach, mother, soft over stone and old memories. You lay your hand on my head, no crown, no bonds, just skin against skin. And in that silence I understand I am home in folkvangr. But I will never stop hearing the snows crunch under his footsteps in